right. It's February 18th. It's February 18th, Thursday, 2021. I wanted to start out by showing you this series of 6 lithographs by Yakov Agam. This is one of the first paintings that I purchased probably over 30 years ago. A little outdated frame, but I never get tired of looking at it. The reason it's so reflective of Agam's work, I have some pictures of some of his works. And you can see that although they are all very different works, they kind of all wear his signature. That's the same style. And I mean, this guy has done a lot of work all over the world. He's actually, he was born in 1928, still living, lives out in Paris. He was born in Israel, and he holds the title of the highest selling Israeli artist. And his artwork is kinetic, modern art, pop modern art, kinetic, optical and kinetic art. And these are buildings in these are resorts in Miami Beach, Florida. This was painted by Agam, and he has large sculptures everywhere, and it's just pretty impressive work. And the reason I featured his artwork today was because the title of the work that I have is Transformation, and my hope is that we are going to transform from a bearish week, which we've had so far this week, into a back to the bull market, hopefully. And my hope is that we're not transforming from an overall bull market to a bear market. But this week has been pretty devastating. And today, wow, today took me for a loop. I'm showing you the NASDAQ 15-minute, the micro E-mini NASDAQ 15-minute chart. And I'm showing you the 15-minute chart so that you can see all the trades that I made today. So I was in the war zone. I was in fight or flight response mode. My account had really dropped. I saw a 37. I started the week. My account had gotten as high as 44,500 this week. Today I saw 37,500. So that's what, 7,000 off the highs. So that was pretty nerve-wracking. I'll call it nerve-wracking. So I went to work, and these are mostly scalp trades. These are just very short duration trades for the most part. Some of them I had to hold a little while. I came out ahead on most of them. There may have been one or two that I did not come out ahead, but overall, with the market being down so much, it was still a huge hit on my account. But these scalp trades helped me make up some ground, and most of them I was just buying one contract and selling it, but there were several that I bought 5. You can see where I bought 5 contracts. And at one point, I bought 5 contracts, bought another 5 contracts, bought another 5 contracts, and I was actually up to 23 contracts in the micro NASDAQ E-mini micro E-mini futures. I had 23 contracts at one point. Then we got a little rebound. I sold off 5, and we rebounded some more. I sold off 5 more, and you know, when it was all said and done, I was back down to 6 contracts. That's one more than when I started. I started with 5. Now I have 6 contracts in the micro E-mini NASDAQ. Now that shows me in the green with a profit of $1,525. However, I realized a loss that was significantly larger than that of $2,555. So I lost $1,000 on the day, but that, here's my account for the day. It's my current margin. That was my realized loss, and that's what I ended up with, $41,390. That's where I am now, which that's still way off the high of my account. My account was at 44.5, so it's still disappointing to be down that much after an entire week of trading. But I'm much happier with that than being down in the 37,000 range where I was at shortly after the market opened, or during that trading period. So with gold is just plummeting. I did make a little scalp trade with gold. Nothing to brag about here. I was just in and out here. Gold had dropped so much that I just decided to jump right back out. And as you can see, gold is really making new lows here. And I guess my theory is that people holding gold are selling gold and buying Bitcoin. That's my only explanation for that. S&P 500. I still have my 4 contracts. They ended up in the negative, so I have a little loss on there, $82. I just didn't trade that at all. Now oil, I did make one scalp trade, and actually made me $100. And that was right at 11 o'clock. When the inventory came out, the drawdown was a lot steeper than expected. And that was at 11 o'clock. When that was announced, I looked at the chart and I saw that the movement in oil was very hesitant. It was only gradually moving higher. It didn't spike higher like it usually does after a report like that. So I jumped in because I thought maybe there was going to be a delayed response. And there wasn't really a delayed response. It just continued to just creep higher. It just gradually went higher, but it was deliberate. I mean, it was headed higher for sure. It wasn't gyrating. It was just going up. But I felt like it was probably going to reverse. And my thought was that, well, oil's been on a tear, and any big drawdown is probably already built in. We were trading at 61 a barrel, 61 and a half a barrel at one point. And so I said, this will probably be a sell the news event. And so I just jumped in, jumped out and I did the right thing, because look what we did. We ended up at the lows of the day, and we went right back to, right around that $60 a barrel range, that round number, which oil, I was told oil likes round numbers, and there you have it. It finished at just under $60 a barrel. The Dow micro E-mini futures, I didn't trade. I just sat on my 2 shares. Didn't make any adjustments there. It traded down a little bit. I was in the negative, still in the negative, just about $33 though. Now, what what really ripped me apart was the Russell, the RTY, the RTY Micro E-mini futures. Now, I only have two of these contracts. And if you recall, earlier in the week, I was up 200, almost $300 at one point. Now I'm down $571 on these two contracts, just two contracts. That's how much RTY has fallen in just this week. So that's disappointing. But I'm glad that I only have two contracts, and I don't plan to buy any more right now. I'm just going to sit on those two, and hopefully we'll get a nice rebound in RTY. And that's my update. Roku had good earnings. It was up after hours. So, hopefully things will settle down, and hopefully Friday we'll get a little relief rally, and then next week maybe we'll return back to the bull market. But this is February, and this is kind of what I expected for February. Very volatile month historically. Thank you.